Jerky is a lean meat trimmed of fat, cut into strips and dried. This flavorful protein helped to keep early travelers and explorers nourished. Our search of the perfect piece of jerky takes us to the middle of prime cattle country on Highway 22, also known as the Cowboy Trail. It's here, just 40 minutes southwest of Calgary, we discover Longview beef jerky.
Hi, I'm Len Kirk, and I'm one of the founders of Longview Beef Jerky.
Hey guys, I'm Terry. I'm the plant manager at the Longview Jerky Shop.
I grew up here when I was a child, and I moved up to Fort McMurray in 1967. I worked for Great Canadian Oil Sands, which is Suncor now, in the laboratory. I just got homesick and had the opportunity to come into business with my sister and her ex-husband. So my wife and I, we decided to open up a butcher shop with them. They were both meat cutters and that, so we opened up a butcher shop. In 1978 we incorporated, in 1979 we opened up, and then we started making beef jerky, and the beef jerky just took off. 95% of our business is beef jerky. The other 5% would be custom cutting for farmers or hunters, and custom sausage.
The manager's apron's never as dirty. I wouldn't say that anyone here doesn't want to be here. You know, we're not making millions like the doctors and lawyers out there, but I think we're having a heck of a lot more fun. Once I got started here, I sort of started as a grunt, and they found out how hard I like to work. From there, I just took off into all different areas. The hunting season, we receive all the wild game. It is totally a family. Everyone here, I love every single one of them as a brother, sister, or Papa Len. He's just amazing, and he really made me feel welcome in this community.
My son Tom started working for us right out of high school. He graduated, and now my wife and I have sold the business to him and his wife. Have 4 grandkids that work here too, so 3 generations. You know, when they're in the summertime, they work here. I'm really, really proud that they've taken interest in it too. The grandkids, they can spiel on, they can give anybody a story like you wouldn't believe on how good this one is or how good that one is. The first jerky recipe we came up with, my sister came up with that, and it's still a family secret. And then after that, and that was the original Longview beef jerky that we started with. Then we went to pepper, adding cracked black pepper, and then we started developing like other flavors. Right now I think we're doing 27 flavors of beef jerky.
To make the jerky, we start with roast. We use the eye of the round roast, which is a very tough, lean piece of meat. Jerky's meant to be tough, so we don't want to, use something very tender. You want the rip and chew effect, so we use the eye of the round. We slice that into strips, and we marinate that. This is the tumbler. This is what we use to marinate all the jerky. We do about 70-pound batches, and we can do about 15 batches in a day, to give you an idea. So we slice that into the strips. We use premium spices and marinades. We don't cheap out on the marinades or spices. We marinate them for about 21 minutes with a vacuum tumbler, so it sucks that goodness right into them. And then we have our rackers, and they just take the pieces and they lay it out on the screens. And they get 15 screens to an oven load. And I'm not going to tell you how long we cook it for, because that's part of the secret.
From the oven, the jerky goes into a machine that cuts the meat into strips. Then it's time to weigh and package it.
Our shelf life is about 6 months, and we get that because of cryovacuuming it, taking the air out of the package. From there, it goes right into the showcase. It's really a few basic steps. They take a while, and we've perfected them, but that's what the customer loves, is the fact that they can come in our store at any time of the day, month, or year and know that they've got fresh jerky.
I still like the original, and then probably the honey and garlic. It's a perfect piece of protein.
The original is the best seller and has been for, well, since '79. You don't mess with a good thing. And the recipe hasn't changed since they started making it just in a little dish on the counter. But now we're selling, I couldn't even tell you how many pounds worth. Teriyaki is another popular one. Honey garlic is a staff favorite. Pepper is amazing pepper. It's just a black pepper, but man, who would have thought? And then the roughneck is one of our newest flavors in the Longview style, and it's taken off like crazy, and it's a molasses sort of flavor to it. It's a sweet and salty flavor, and the customers really like that. I'd say my personal favorite jerky is the Szechuan. I'm sort of a wimp. I don't like a lot of spice, and it sounds spicy, and there's a big red pepper on the package, and it looks spicy, but it's not too bad. And really good oriental flavor on there too, so that's my favorite. What's not to like about jerky? It's sweet, it's salty, it's spicy, it's a combination.
To see the people, their face when they taste it, we put out samples, and each time that they, oh, that's the greatest, that's the best jerky I've ever tasted.
Papa Len never really started this to make money. He started it because he loved sausage and meat, and he wanted to have a quality butcher. So he taught me the ways to do it quality-wise. For the garlic sausage, we cut them into certain lengths, and that's how we fill them. We don't go by weight, we go just by length. That's where the reputation comes from, because we don't cut corners, we don't take the cheap route. We get the best of the best to put in our jerky, and also for cutting the meat, we use the best twines, the best wraps. And it may look a little prehistoric with the peach paper on those wrapped in the meat, but you know, that's the way it's done. And it stays longest in the freezer that way, and that's all Papa Len's way.
The Longview Jerky Shop has become a roadside mecca for tourists traveling the historic Cowboy Trail. It's no surprise that Marty and Judy, on a road trip from southern Ontario, planned this short visit as part of their journey across Canada.
Tom Selleck's been here. I've taken it up to Maximum West where Clint Eastwood was staying when they filmed Unforgiven. Kevin Costner's had it. You know, there's a lot of movie stars that have had it. Seen all the people come in that used to be really young, and they come back in and they say, oh, my dad used to bring me here, and now we're bringing our kids here. You know?
We got plans for expansion in the future. We have bids in on certain buildings. We have a lot of things going our way, but we're not going to jump the gun. We're going to stay doing things the way we are, and slowly but steady, we're going to, you know, upgrade everything. We're going to get, you know, hopefully attract different crowds, like I said, with the glutens, the sodiums, the diabetic stuff. It's all coming. It's just a matter of time, and we're not going to hurry too much. We want to perfect it before we put it out there, and I think that's why people keep coming. That's why we're the famous Longview beef jerky.
So the next time you find yourself searching for the perfect jerky, venture west and follow the Cowboy Trail to Longview.